Beep, 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 beep. Welcome back, everybody. This is Trekyards, and this is breaking news. He is Commander Kyle.
He's got a Foley.
What's our breaking news? I do know what it is, but
well, we're filming stuff, and this was announced in between our recordings, so we thought we'd jump in and do this right for you guys. Get our first thoughts. The Section 31 TV show is cancelled. They're doing a movie instead. Yeah,
that's probably a better idea.
Probably. Directed by the main director of Discovery and the creative team as well. Michelle Yeoh is also producing it, as well as Kurtzman and Aaron Byers. So this is very much the Discovery team who are making this, and it's called Star Trek Section 31. So not giving much away. It's very straightforward. What do you think, Stuart? We had a literal first reaction where I was like, Stuart, this has happened, but now a recorded first reaction. What do you think? You've had 12 minutes to mull over. What do you think?
I'm sort of happy that it's a movie and not a series. I wouldn't have minded a mini series, like 6 episodes or something, but for an actual just movie length, I think it's fine. It actually probably works out better with Michelle Yeoh. She's like an award winner. It's more likely to come back for a movie kind of event. But it opens up a lot of possibilities, I gotta say, because the last time we saw her, Carl, aka the Guardian of Forever, sent her back in time, but we don't know to where. So it's gonna be quite interesting.
Yeah, it's the project that's felt the most not happening out of all of them. I mean, they announced Section 31, the show, I believe during season 2 of Discovery.
I think so, yeah.
I think before Picard got announced, or
absolutely.
like Lower Decks was coming, project didn't exist, and I mean this is very, very long time ago. The entire landscape has changed, pre-pandemic by a substantial margin, and before Stranger Worlds, I mean that's the thing. This is such an old announcement where, I mean, yes, things do stay on the shelf for a long time, but certainly, she's a Hollywood actor who obviously now just won a giant award. The fact that it wasn't made was telling us those reasons why it wasn't made. And also, a Section 31 show by itself, I would not pick a show that involves watching bad people doing, or good people doing bad things, with Michelle Yeoh, who's even worse, because she's a genocidal, like, she's literally the worst sort of Starfleet character you could possibly have, until she's been improved by time and whatever. And then follow them killing people and destroying things and sabotaging. Like, it's such a horrible nation for a show, right? Unless it's about them reforming it or going against it, or as a show premise, it's a weird one, right? Now a movie, now you're doing it's not a premise, it's a story. They have a story they want to tell, to which, I mean, ostensibly Into Darkness was a Section 31 movie. Section 31 ship, Section 31 captain, Section 31 building. I mean, that was so you can do that, right? And show them still being wrong, as in doing the wrong things. So I think movies is a smarter idea. And of course, a TV show is between sort of 5 to 8 months of filming, depending. Yeah. A movie can be 2 months. And so if Michelle says, I can't book up most of a year. Because, if you're a side character, fine, you can do it in 3-4 months. But a lead, especially if you're you're a producer, you want to have enough there to do, you're young enough to do cool stuff, you want to do cool stuff, action scenes which can take 3 or 4 days to choreograph, therefore prolonging how long a shoot is. Things in one, like The Office didn't take that long to shoot because 1 camera or 2 cameras, like, in a room, right? There's a lot less to do, those sorts of smaller things versus a giant whatever. So if she's saying, well, I can't give you more than 6 months, and I said, but we really want to do this thing, and now we really want to grab the promotional value of you are now even more famous, right? But can you do 2.5 months? She's like, yeah. Boom, movie, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of felt it feels like to me.
Yeah, and the other thing too is, like, there's a lot of potential as well for crossover things. Like, you could cross over Stranger Worlds. You could tie it into Discovery, the end of Discovery, like the finale, if you wanted to. Anything really, you could put it anywhere. Like I said, because Carl sent her back in time, but we don't know when or where. So lots of storytelling potential. But I think they will link it in with one of their other projects. Because you had mentioned maybe a theatrical release.
It's a movie. She's
I
a
know
movie star.
that would be interesting. I don't think they'd have the audience for that though, even with Michelle Yeoh's star power.
But it depends how small the budget is, though.
Yeah, it just seems. I think it would be more of a streaming service movie. But if it was in theaters, it'd be interesting to link it into one of their shows, so you can maybe grab a few people that went for Michelle Yeoh. And it's like, ooh, there's this other show. Ooh,
well,
try to funnel people into like one of the other shows.
But also the first Star Trek cinema movie since 2014, 16. Like, just those have not even cared about the TV will say movie, right? And it's all about keeping the budget under. It's like James Cameron put so much money into Avatar 2. It had to be the third highest grossing film ever to make even, and he did do it. But he wanted to invest in the best quality, and it looks amazing, right? But if you spend almost nothing, your return needs to be radically lower. Like the Saw film, the first Saw, shoestring, and it made, or Blair Witch, they made like 5, 10, 15, 20 times their budget. That's super hard to do unless you keep it super small. And I'm sure if Michelle maybe said, because a lot of it is obviously like the initial budget, she might have said, and this is something that a lot of actors do, I don't want the paycheck will be lower, but I want residuals, meaning I'll take only $2 million for my fee, but I want 10% of all box office. And so if it's big, it's popular, you can end up making 10 million more. Like it was very popular. But that lets the film be made because you need that initial budget. So if she's happy to do a low ball figure and take a huge back end, then the film can in theory be even cheaper to make. The biggest side note, and this none of these things happen in a vacuum, and they all take months, weeks, years to produce. Right, the fact that Discovery got pushed a whole year, and they ordered additional reshoots to add. I think they said 20 minutes to the final episode as a new ending. But that means those sets are going to exist for at least most of this year. So if Michelle Yeoh's movie is filmed this year, well, that feels like they coordinated that to kind of ensure they can use all of those sets. And now they have, $2-3 million worth of sets ready to be used. They've not modified them much since season 1, so they're close enough. Gets you a ship, gets you corridors, maybe even redress them right at the end. Like Generations could then do whatever they wanted the sets. They knew this was the last time they're going to use them, so they could not trash them but fully redress them. There we go. Now they've got a full spaceship set, and that's a big thing. They are saving, like I said, 1 or 2 million. Plus, if you film it there, you can go over to Strange New Worlds, use the LED wall. That saves you huge amounts of money for production. Plus, use their sets. If you make it in the Discovery era, Pike could be in it, and now you've got the bonus recognition of them. And they've got season 3, so they're filming on contract for at least another year. So that would really work if they planned it properly to be a crossover with Discovery, Strange New Worlds in a movie and kind of, get them all together. Because certainly, Michelle's a monster. The character is a monster, literally, right? 8 Kelpians. But Pike's a great guy. So if you want to have it'd be kind of fun, now you're talking about it, to have Michelle be the antagonist, but she's clearly the villain. At least, she's, let's go do terrorism, but it's not terrorism because we're doing it. And then here's Pike being that's wrong, but he's the villain in terms of the plot structure. Like, that could be really fun, right? The good guy is the bad guy, but he's still being a good guy. So you could play with that and just all you do is film his bridge, and those sets would look great in a movie theater. So they could save a lot of money by making it just a Discovery era. Takes away the creativity that we were hoping for, TNG era, Voyager era, whatever. But money wise, etc. They could do a lot now with that.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's an interesting idea, and it's an interesting way that they're headed. So I'm kind of happy that that's been announced as a movie. We'll see where it goes. It could change into something else. It could change into a miniseries. I could see them having a movie idea and it might not fitting in that structure, so they might make it like 4 or 5 episodes long instead.
Yeah,
I can see that happening.
But I can definitely see you, because they would not have even considered a movie when the pandemic stopped people going to cinemas. But now people can. They might not, but they can. If you get 20 million in at the box office, you can cover the entire movie budget. So it does make sense to go for theatrical release.
I just think that Star Trek and then Section 31 is such a niche thing that it doesn't make sense to go theatrical. I don't think it's going to.
But it doesn't cost them though to go theatrical. It's like Picard. It's like the last 2 episodes in theaters. It doesn't cost them anything. I mean,
that's different though. That's a totally different thing. Because that's only select theaters, and it's
But it's sold out. I mean, one day, one theater sold out.
Yeah.
So they've just made, $1 million extra money.
But even with that, it should have been like a couple of weeks so that more people could go and they would make a lot more money because a lot of people wanted to and just couldn't. So,
but I'm saying you get a lot of extra funds.
The back of my brain, I'm thinking Section 31 doesn't make sense for a movie at all, like in theaters. On a streaming service, 100%.
But the thing is, people did go and see Into Darkness. That's even worse.
Yeah, but that was a link to the Kelvin timeline, the reboot of the Star Trek thing. That was different.
But lots of people didn't like it, though. And this is a Prime Universe one with a character we know, with an actor that we like in theory. I mean, there's different things going for it, but...
Yeah, something's just not... I mean, it's just not... doesn't fit for theaters, but...
I mean, does Michelle Yeoh do streaming service movies? Was the Everywhere All thing, was that a movie or a streaming movie?
I think it was a streaming service movie. I'm not sure.
Because some actors don't want to do streaming, because that is certainly a lower tier of movie.
Yeah. I don't think that was in theaters, actually, so
it's less lower tier with, the lack of cinemas, but, and because then, as I say that, as in, the chains then said, well, we're not going to do the movies that big, let's make smaller movies so we can still get some interest and do some stuff, and then they suddenly, wow, the quality went up of stream movies, because all we can do is stream movies, like Prey, the Predator film, as a stream movie. Freaking great. Because the bar changed where they're not, when you can't get 100 million box office, you give it to clever directors that do less, which means you achieve less, but clever often works better than big budget. I mean, Beyond the JJ films are a testament to ill-spent funds versus story and characters, etc. Or their lowest budget one being the best. Beyond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
it's
anyway,
interesting,
guys,
Stuart, is the summary.
It is, yes, and I'm sure we'll have more to talk about as more things are revealed about it, but please consider joining our channel or subscribing to our channel at the very least, and clicking that notification bell icon, and comment down below what you thought about this announcement. If this is the first you've heard of it, go check it out. It's on StarTrek.com, and let us know your thoughts, your feelings, your ideas, what you think it could be about, any of that. We want to hear it all. And please join us for lives where we discuss these things. And
please
so
do.
much more. Yeah. So, lots of ways to come, and so your support.
And Super Chat, if you can, on those lives. Join us monthly, Patreon, PayPal. No, PayPal, Patreon. Join us monthly, Patreon, or join the channel on YouTube. The join button, Stuart. It is that easy. We have
a fleet. You'll see it at the end of this video.
Yeah. And nothing's ever going to happen to them.
They're all fine.
Or
you could be on a ship yourself, yeah.
Yes. Or help, PayPal, Trekyards.com, or buy a shirt from the links down below. All those many things, Stuart. At the very least, just come back and join us again for another fun video.
That's right. So until next time, he is Commander Cocky.
It's Freddy.
And we are not Section 31.
Bye, guys.
Bye.